Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. The sun is coming up over our glorious base and our solar panels are in position, just absorbing all the wonderfulness. It is time to do some fun stuff. I'm going to do something crazy today, and it's going to involve this solar panel, and hopefully it works out and I don't make everything explode. I have also made ourselves a little salvage ship. This one's got a whole bunch of ion thrusters, as I was able to salvage enough thruster components. That ship actually disappeared. It seems when I saved and reloaded the game that it decided to despawn it, so that was quite unfortunate. However, before that happened, I salvaged enough thruster components from it so that I could make these ion thrusters on this little ship here. So we have a little ship with a bunch of ion thrusters and a couple grinders that we can go and take to the various bases, like the observation outpost and the salvage waypoint that I made, and go grind down those things. I've actually already been to salvage once and got one load done, so I just need to go back there, clean it up a little bit, and then go off to observation post. But we'll do that in the future here. I have also started to lay out what I want the base to look like eventually. We're getting down pretty far with our hole in the ground, as I've set these just to extend at a constant rate, and they are actually pretty much close to their maximum extension here, which is absolutely wonderful. They're being a little derpy, but they're getting it done. I should probably actually slow those down a little bit. Pistons go at 1. There we go. That's probably work out better for us. But anyway, those are working. The idea is that eventually, once this is finished fully extending, I'll have to lock it up there with some more landing gear and extend the pistons back and add more pistons and do it again for my radial one underneath here. I'd also like to go a little bit further down, because as of now, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 hits the ground. So it's 7 tall, with the 8th being in the ground. I'd like 3 more. I'd like this to be 10 deep in a perfect world, because I think 10 blocks is a nice round number. So my idea was that what I need to do is I need to get this to go a little bit further down. Actually, this thing is getting a little derpy here, but hopefully it'll get through. So I need to figure out how much further it needs to go down, and then add some drills on the bottom of this thing, and then drill down that distance, because we do have this piston here that can extend this down. So if I can extend that one all the way down, it'll probably be enough. So we'll get to that. But this is going to be the layout of the base here. We're going to have a double wall for a little bit of extra protection, and also it's going to mean that we have a space in between where we can come into here, close the door, press buttons to activate this vent here, and have a proper airlock through on all 4 corners. So we actually have proper airlocks, and we can run all of our conveyors inside the walls and inside the floors, so that way we don't need to have it like a lot of visible conveyors when it comes to this building. Like, everything above the surface should look like really smooth and really well put together, and then everything below this level, it should look like a tangle of tubes and piping and cables and stuff like that. That's the idea I want behind it. So we need to do a few things. We need to get this large cargo container emptied because it's in the way. We need to move it over, reconnect this to here, and do that kind of stuff. Just move things down one, maybe stack those up a little bit. Also, I'd like to start building the tower up, but solar tower is going to get in the way, and so we're going to have to move this. And I'm going to move this, I'm going to attempt to move it by pistons and merge blocks. So this is going to be a little frightening. We're going to slap a merge block on here, pointing outwards. And we're going to slap one this way, pointing inwards. And those will automatically connect, and so we can disconnect these in the future. The idea being that I'm going to put pistons on this, and I'll probably need a battery as well on this, but we'll do pistons downwards. Ooh, unable to place. What we'll probably have to do for now is go and disable that solar thing and go to our solar rotors and rotor lock them and set their upper and lower limits probably back to 0 and keep them from moving. Also, possibly we'll have to make sure this particular rotor here is set up so it's not gonna move. Let's see. There we go. Now we can place things here. So the idea being, we'll put these down to a point, and then I want to get a landing gear. Dun, dun, dun. And about to there, because then we won't have space for the landing gear here. We'll put a landing gear, and if you'll help me, nanites, thank you. We'll also get ourselves a battery. Although I need to get more power cells, but we'll get that in a moment. We'll just slap a battery on here just for the quick moment, because we want to be able to hold it up. Now my crazy idea is essentially I'm going to disconnect this from its rotor, but this landing gear pistons will be in play. Then I'll lift this straight up, since we should be nice and aligned. Then I'll quickly grind off that rotor, lift it higher, put the rotor back on, take its head off that automatically comes with it, and then slowly lower the whole solar tower back onto the existing, that new head, and then relink it. That's the crazy idea, and I think it's going to work. I'm just getting some more of my energy back. Very good. Alright. So we just need to get this all welded up here. Thankfully, the nanites are going to help out with that. Get the landing gear going. That just needs to be functional. We actually don't need the heads of any of these to be functional, because we don't need them to be like fully functional. We don't need them to transfer materials. We just need them to be able to move. So let's go maximum distance, say 5 meters, and we'll set this to 0.5, and let's extend that out a little bit. And we're gonna see where that goes. It's probably gonna stop a little bit close. All right. We also need to share inertia tensors and all these pistons here. There's so many pistons in this thing now. Share that inertia tensors. This is nice and solid. Let's say an extra 2 meters there. That's about a block. So let's go to 7 meters. And it locked. Okay, good. So now it is locked. Now we're going to go into the thing here. We'll go and do the advanced rotor. And this should be the one that's part of solar rotors. So if we do rotor, solar rotors, oh, it's this one here, just normal rotor, not advanced. So rotor 1, rotor 2, which one is it? I do not know which one it would be. Let's damage it a little bit here. So it's the damage rotor now. This one. Okay. Detach. The whole solar tower is now connected to this thing. And this battery is soaking in that power. Okay, now we move the thing up. And we'll get this out of the way. And that rotor part can stay there. Alright, now we just move it up as much as we want, which I'm thinking for all these things is just going to be a full extension. Or at least we'll see how high this is. Because I want to get enough clearance here that I'm able to build my whole tower without any issues. So let's get another one going here. And let's start laying out the blocks. We also want to make sure we get a rotor back on our bar. Get the pieces for that, even though I probably already have them. Grab stuff for armor blocks, and let's get back up there. So, oh man, look how much clearance we have now. We can build so much of this tower. So let's start laying out the blocks. It's another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 higher, 8, 9. I want to get to the 10th, so let's do one more, at least say another 5 meters. That one's fully extended as well. So we'll go to this one, set this to 5, and we'll reverse it up. That'll give me another couple blocks. So that's 10 blocks higher, and then we'll slap in a rotor, and we'll remove the block there. And now we can start to slowly bring this down. So this is approximately 2 blocks high. So let's just go to this one. And let's go minimum distance, 7, say. And we can watch it on our left there. Make that 8, how about, to start with. Alright, now to 7. And we'll slowly move this back onto it. It needs to be a bit further. Let's do another half meter. 6.5. 6.4. That's getting real close. And now what we should be able to do is whatever that rotor is, which we're not going to be accessed from this grid. We have to access it from this grid. So this is the moment of truth. I'm going to save scum this, because if this whole thing blows up, I don't want to deal with that. We are going to go to rotor, and it is the only normal rotor, and we'll go attach. Oh, did nothing exploded? Nothing exploded, it seems. That rotor's attached? Okay. Now what we should be able to do is we should be able to slice this merge block off here, or actually just disconnect this merge. Merge block off. And we disconnected it. Excellent. And now this rotor should, let me just take all these pistons here, because now it's just this grid, and we'll set this to negative 0.5, minimum distance of 0. And this thing should distance 0. There you go. Come on. You should be sucking yourself back down here. We can get this thing back to where it should be. All nicely compacted. And I'll grind that down here in a minute. But just getting those compacted back down should be enough to get out of the way of the tower. So there we go. We just got ourselves a massive amount of clearance from raising up our tower with no extra issues. And all we have to do is just go back to this. We need to go to our solar rotors. So rotor, solar rotors. Add that back into the group. And then turn this back on. And if we look carefully, it's functioning again. Bloody hell, that worked amazingly. So, yeah, that's a little trick. More silly rotorage as we were able to move those up, give us a way more clearance for underneath here to do stuff with. And now we can actually start building this tower appropriately. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely wonderful. This turned out way better than I ever thought it would, actually. I thought that this was all gonna, like, fall apart and be a horrible mess and my solar tower was gonna topple over. Nah. It just worked out perfectly. And here we are with a now highly raised up solar tower out of the way of my base. And we can start building stuff. Now, of course, I can't get rid of the central pillar yet. I eventually want to, but I can build around it. So I can, like, build up and over and then get rid of the center. So eventually I will get rid of that. As this base will be on uranium power in the future, but that's the future. So we're going to get to there eventually. Other than that, we have got an issue here where we need to move some refineries and such, because this is where the wall's eventually going to be, like so. Yeah, just like that. So, we... Oh, not there. There we go. We need to move this first refinery and this first conveyor sorter and this first large cargo container. In a perfect world, we should do this right now. Probably the best idea to get this done. This cargo container is really full though, which is annoying, and it's getting a bunch of materials getting shuffled into it. So, if that's the case, let's screw around with conveyors and sorters. Let's make a large cargo container. Let's get some sorters. And let's get some conveyor bits. And let's get some materials for those. Get some conveyor tube. Get a couple sorters. And let's do that for now. Also, we need the large cargo container. Just to place it down. Let's say, place down an extra couple cargo containers up here because we now have the space for it up here. As the tower is way higher. Grab the materials. Oh, I should have plenty of space to grab what I need. There we go. Excellent. So, this thing is coming out of that one and going into here. So what we need to do is replicate that right here. So we need this to come out of there, and we're heading straight into this, and we've got this for a sorter. And then we just need to replicate that one, which is...
Energy low.
Oh god, energy. Why are you always so low? Let's just go jump into the pod here for a second again. And the joyous parts of having the nanites is they are fixing and building things up as I talk about other stuff. Give me my energy. Okay, good enough. So this coming off of here is blacklisting the stone that I'm putting in there. But otherwise it's draining everything. And it's putting it into the storage compartments. So now I can cut away this one. Because this stuff should still be having its materials sucked out. Yep, and it still is. Very good. Now I can get rid of these sorters. I can get rid of these tubes. Oh no, I'm dropping materials. No, don't want to waste materials. No, they've gone down through the cracks. Where are they? I do not know. They've disappeared into the holes. Oh well. The nanite facility will pick them up anyway. Now that that's out of the way, we need the new way to get into these, which I'll do from another cargo container up here. Grab everything we need to make another one, as we just need to increase this temporary storage here as much as we can. Now from this one is going to be the same thing, but going in. Like So, we'll do a curved and a curved, and then a sorter facing inwards. And we'll grab everything we need for a sorter. As thank you, nanites, for filling that one and making that one for me. They're just so useful. All in little nanites. And this is going to be whitelist stone draining. Okay, so now these things are being replenished by stone. We don't need this thing anymore. And we can get that out of the way. Oh, geez, that's a lot of stone. Nanites, pick that up. Far too many times I just sort of rely on the nanites to do stuff. Here's stone. There we go. There we go. Everything's wonderful now. So now this is clear. We just need to wait for this particular refinery to clear out. So we'll turn this one off and we'll manually clear it out. Those will get cleared, and then we'll move its stone to another refinery that can process it. Just distribute its stone across the other refineries. Excellent. Now this one can get salvaged. Inventory full. Cool. Deposit. Thank you. Damn it. All these things are falling out. Nanites, pick them up. I'm becoming far too reliant on nanites to do all my work for me. Now, see? See it? It's picking them up here. 7 small steel tubes. They should disappear here in a second. Yeah, there we go. Back to the base. So that way I can be bad and just drop things everywhere. Okay, so that is good for clearance for here. Now we just need to clear out this particular large cargo container, which hopefully I can do with a couple conveyor tubes and a sorter. The idea being can I push things into this one from there and hopefully not create like an infinite loop or anything silly. I just want to get the things out of this particular one without having to destroy it while there's stuff in it. So then this one is just everything drain all? And can I drain this container? Will that work? It is actually working a bit here. Nice. Let's help it along. So this is the local one. We'll get the other large cargo containers here. And let's see what we can transfer manually. Clear this thing out. And it's empty. I probably could have just done this manually. That's alright. We'll slice this thing off. And we'll just run a line straight through. That's the only thing I'll have get in the way. Alternatively, what I need to do here is go up one. So this spot here will be where I connect to. 1, 2. You just come out straight like this, right over to where this thing is. We'll do a different connection off of here. We'll push that one upwards, and then we'll go like this. And we'll connect that way. Let's get this all hooked back up again to the base. And then that's out of the way, and I can just deal with this pipe being here for now. As, what am I going to do about it? Like, I need to have some kind of piping in the meantime, because what am I supposed to do? At least I can get the first couple layers here, first couple spots of this base set up. I need to cope with that, and I need to cope with that, but I can get the first floor pretty much set up now. So excellent, everything's reconnected, the tower has been raised, everything has moved out of the way. This has gone so smoothly. I'm actually a little frightened. I'm thinking that something's gonna explode now. Something's gonna attack me and cause some issues. So I want a sliding door there and here. I also want to get vents and conveyors. Let's grab what we need for a couple junctions and set this up. So this will be the little airlock we'll have in each one. Then we'll do the air vent on the top, and then the conveyor on top of that, and that's an airlock. And we'll set that all up with proper buttons and everything, so it'll all work wonderfully.
Energy low.
Goddamn energy. What this game really, really needs is, like we have in our personal inventory, bottles. We need batteries in our personal inventory that will recharge our power once we reach a certain level. My god. It's so annoying having to go back to base all the time to get more power. But thankfully, the base isn't far, and we have plenty of power to work with. Okay. That's not where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go there. There we go. And then the doorway, like so. The doorway. I'm rotating that the wrong way. Here we go. That way. One block higher. Air vent. And conveyor. And that's essentially what's over there. I'll just take the conveyors off for now, because don't need it to be hooked up just yet. Let's get some more power here into the cryopod. But another thing, I can't remember if I've said this already, but I got the concrete blocks mod, which is a reason for all of my gravel that I currently have, because I'm doing so much excavation of stone. I have these bad boys here. And so these are essentially armor blocks, but instead of using a bunch of iron, they use 25 concrete slabs and 3 girders. So if we look at the production for this, if we look at them in block form, a average armor block is going to take 175 iron to make, where a concrete block takes 6, but it uses 1,000 gravel up. But the thing is I have so much goddamn gravel, it's stupid. So I don't care. There's 40,000 there, 30,000 there, 20,000 there, 60,000 there. Down here, 530,000 here. I don't care how many kilograms of gravel I use. I have far too much at this current moment. So that is going to be a wonderful mod. I'm not going to use it for the main tower here, but I think I'm going to use it to line the basement eventually. So everything that's going to be below the surface and sort of like the exterior walls we'll make out of concrete blocks, and then all of the landing spots for ships and stuff we'll make out of armor. I think it'll look wonderful when it is all done. But for now, we just need to place down some more blocks in this potential tower here, leaving this sort of double-walled design so that one, we can pipe stuff through it, and two, what I'm thinking of is if I put a turret, like a full-size turret won't fit, but I could sneak in an interior turret into these spots here. Like, wouldn't that be a sneaky little thing? If you tried to cut your way into the wall, you'd step out, and then just an interior turret would rip you to shreds. Yeah, and also just gives me sort of access hatches to everything back here. I can, say, put in a door on one of these walls, and then I can be able to access like the interior of the areas to lay new pipes and stuff like that. So that is that idea. First level here will be this height. Yeah. So we'll cut that across like that. And that will be roof, essentially. Oh, a little bit of low sim speed for some reason. Probably a little bit too many things spawning out there. And so this, once this gets all welded up, that's going to be the interior of this area. I'll probably clean it up and make it a little bit smoother and nicer, and maybe replace some of these with windows or some kind of thing. But for now, this looks wonderful. And also, it allows me to make the second level up here a little bit wider if I want, because we'll have the nice sturdy double block lower walls, and what we could do is just extend the upper level all the way out to here. And so it is even larger and even better. Yeah, let's see. So that's first level. We come on in, and there is the entrance doorways. Also, I need to put some button panels in here. The button panel will always be on your right side as you come in, left side as you leave. So I'll make sure to do that over here. Oh, left side as we leave. Wrong side. Wrong side me from the past. I changed my mind. We're doing it there. Excellent. Close those up. Just like so. Oh, this is gonna come together so well. And remember that we're gonna have the nanite facility encased in glass, so you can't get to it. And it's gonna look awesome. And this is gonna have a conveyor corner piece, just like that. So it'll look like it's all like plugged in and powered up and defending the whole base sort of feeling. We still need this access port to get materials. It's a very commonly used one for me. Then, what are we going to do? We need to get stairs to the upstairs. So we'll cut away that for a second. And I want a nice stair. I don't want to do the stairs I did back on Earth where I did them like this. It's way too aggressive. I want a nice relaxing stair. So, I think, just because of how I've set it up, this is the main entrance, I feel. I sort of got that in my mind. This is the main entrance. So from the main entrance going in, where do I want stairs? Or do I want to have them, like, symmetrical? I can put stairs, like, say, immediately off of this. Going up. And that gives me a nice block in the corner. And then a nice block there. And then I can cut through up top here when there's not enough space. Like so. And then a nice one more block here. Oh, and then I'll step over this for now. Excellent. So yeah, that'll be a good way to get up top here. And that fits right up to the next stair. And then the next door. So I could just repeat this. I could repeat this all the way around. I could go block, and I have to fill out the rest of these walls a little bit here. But block there, and then up from there. Oh, this is exciting. I love it when I build something and that it just so happens to be the perfect shape for something to work. Like the fact that this sort of spiral staircase going up to the right is going to fit in here right before this door, and then I can do it again over here. And then I can just repeat this pattern all the way around as I'm building up. And also, just thank you, nanites. My god, this would be boring to build without nanites. But there is a reason why I use nanites instead of the build and... well, the other one, whatever, build and repair control systems, or whatever it's called. I think the fact of auto building is really powerful. And that the build and repair version of this is so cheap when it comes to materials and energy cost. And I almost think it's like too cheap. So it's not, you know, it's not valid, you know what I mean? Like it's it's almost taking that aspect of this automatic, really awesome thing and making it too easy to achieve. Like the fact that I need, essentially, this entire solar tower working at 100% efficiency to have this thing on is very important to me. Oh, that feels good. That I can just go up to the top whenever. And I've got frickin' 4 stairways up to the top. Yes! Yes, this feels good. I might even just... I could just repeat this as well. I could make this a level here, like so. And then I could just have this block as a landing, and then just go up again. And that would be my next level, sort of thing. Or I could just do it with just 2 of them, or I could do it with all 4 of them, or whatever. Okay, the next idea will be what to do on the second level. Because eventually up the tower, I'm not sure how high I want it though. There's the base level, which is going to be the nanite, and I think I'm going to store some other stuff in here, because I'm going to have some space under the stairs for, say, some storage and some batteries and stuff like that. I'll just pop into here while I'm thinking. Then as we go higher, next level up should sort of be like industry control, maybe? It should have LCDs that have how much storage we have, you know, on the base, how much stuff we're currently holding. It should all be around sort of the central column and windows on the outside sort of thing. It would just be like this like central storage hub of all that materials. And then the next level higher will be like the combat hub. That's where all of the weapon emplacements will be on the tower, as I want them to have a little bit of clearance here. And then up from there will be like air control sort of observation tower, because eventually the solar panels will be removed. Eventually. Far in the future. But in the meantime, this is looking good. So let's just continue to build this up, how about, as we ramble about things, because this episode has gone on for a fair amount of time, and this will probably just be a good end off here to just finish building it up. Let's see. Oh, ooh, I have a crazy idea as well. Alternatively, we could put our staircases in the wall. I wonder how that would look. Alright, let's experiment with that. So let's cut this away. So say, for example, we had that door there, then we had just a random door here, and we went staircase from here. And we're going up. Oh, that fits nicely to that corner. That's good. And then we can just get up to here. Oh, that's an interesting way to do it too. I could put the staircases in the wall instead. And so I could have a nice, much larger room in here without these staircases in position. And it would be much larger room, and I could put more stuff in here, and I could use this space, and then I could just have doorways, like so. Or even, there's some other doors in here, isn't there? There's just, oh, there's this door. You can use this one. Sort of an interior door. Must get more mats to build door. That's why I need that access point. And I could put a little staircase or something up there. Then you just go through here, and you go up the staircase. And then you'll pop out on the next floor. Ooh. That's kind of nice. And then I can have this, another walled in section there. Another doorway there. And I can have the door, like the staircases, all sort of hidden away in the walls. Well, I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Do you like the idea of doing the staircase interior, or doing the staircase in the walls like so, because I do have this extra space here. And then I'll still have enough space to run a pipe straight up here in order to get that conveyorage to wherever it needs to be, and also to pipe it this way and then down, and I could punch a hole right through here in order to get it down to lower, to get it to connect up to the whole system and where all the storage will be. I'm thinking in the walls will probably be a bit cleaner and nicer, but in the room might look kind of cool as well. So I'm going to continue to design this a little bit, and I'd like to know what you guys think of what would be the best design. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to continue laying out more blocks, as there is plenty to do up here. But that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there.